This is one of the reasons I teach it, and I'm so passionate about you understanding your ability to create prosperity and you understanding your ability to call in the finances that you need. Hey beautiful ones, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I am so glad that you are here, and my purpose and intention here is to help you live your best and grandest life, to raise consciousness and change mindsets one video at a time. So I want to talk to you guys today about attracting abundance and prosperity or wealth, however you identify it. And the reason that I want to talk about this because it's very important to know that there are some things that you can actually do in your life and never ever suffer lack again. And I know that we talk a lot about manifesting, and I want to just give a little bit of background story about that really quickly. When I was at my lowest point of my life, and some of you have heard this before, some of you who are new may not know the story. I was at the lowest point of my life, and I was asking my angels and asking God for guidance on how I could be abundant and have, at that point, just enough to make it, right? Now my mind is so much bigger than just enough to make it. But at that point, it was just enough to make it. And I remember coming into my prayer space and sitting, and my angels began to channel information to me, right? And they told me things like, seek, learn. Everything that you can learn about spiritual prosperity and abundance. Then they told me to actually begin to teach the very thing I needed to learn, right? Which was very interesting to me at that point, because all I knew was what they were telling me, which I now understand was so valuable. Channeled information from Spirit. When God opens the mind's door, right, and allows the Spirit to pour information into you and download information into you, that is such a powerful gift that is overlooked sometimes in the midst of struggle, right? When we're struggling, we're not wanting to be still and hope that, you know, something's gonna come. We want it right then, right? The wonderful thing about me is that I had this connection with God and this connection with Spirit, and I knew I had the gift of discernment. So when I was given this instruction, I began to do that. Again, as you guys know, I got my message Bible. I began to highlight every single scripture I could find. I began to, anything that had to do with wealth and prosperity, I wanted to know about it. I thirst for it. This is one of the reasons I teach it, and I'm so passionate about you understanding your ability to create prosperity and you understanding your ability to call in the finances that you need. Because number one, that was my promise, that if you taught me, I would teach. But my other promise to God and myself was I wanted everyone to understand what I didn't understand at that time. And that is that everything that you desire in this life is available to you. And we can go any way around it that we want, but God has given us the ability to create whatever we desire. And we see that in the creation of airplanes. I mean, like, have you ever got on an airplane and thought, how does this thing really stay in the air? Have you ever thought that? Because I have multiple times gotten on the airplane and thought, this is just like a piece of metal. How does it stay in the air? Well, I'm sure that people told them when they were creating the airplane that they were crazy and it wasn't going to work. But they had a vision. They had faith. They believed it would work. And you see, it's one of the #1 safest means of transportation in the world, right? Just like the car, Henry Ford. There's so much evidence of being able to create things in your life once you wrap your mind around it. The thing about creating wealth and abundance is to know that there is so much of it. So much of it. I was talking to a client yesterday that lives in Texas, and we were talking about the contract that someone had just signed. The football player had just signed this humongous contract. Like they got $245 million guaranteed up front without even touching the field. Without even setting a foot on the field. I thought, wow, there is so much money in the world. You have to realize your power and your ability. You have to be mindful of the conversations you keep, and you have to be a good steward over your money, right? Just because you have hundreds and thousands of dollars doesn't mean you go blow it. It doesn't mean that you go frivolously spend it. Now, nobody's telling you can't have a little fun, because I know that when I got my first 6-figure check, I had a lot of fun. And not only did I have fun, my family had fun, my friends had fun, and I spreaded it. But you know what I did first? I don't hear y'all. Y'all know what I did first? I tithe. I tithe 20% off of my first 6-figure check, which I'm not even going to tell you how much it is. However, after doing that and trusting that I could create and call in abundance as I desired it, there wasn't no stopping you, girl. I desire for women to be very self-sufficient, right? And I feel like sometimes, and listen, I love my brothers. Y'all know I love my lions out there, right? I love my lions out there. But right now I'm talking to the lioness, right? I feel like sometimes when it comes to the wealth and prosperity end of things, we get left behind because nobody's teaching us. So if nobody has taught your mom or your grandma or any women that you're around how to create and have sustainable wealth, 9 chances out of 10, nobody's going to teach you. Unless you get around someone and you start asking questions. Or you start reading, expanding your mind, listening to videos like this, taking classes like this, then you'll understand that there's a whole new world for you. And it's a big, humongous world. And you can have truly all the wealth that you desire. All right, guys. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. Make sure you follow me on the social medias. And until next time, peace be with you. Talk to you soon.